Alright, let's go about busting this wheel off. Hey guys, welcome back to Dohm Speed Shop. This episode we're going to do front brakes on the 2010 Jeep Patriot. Let's get after it. Alright, so what we're going to do first is go ahead and jack up the front of the vehicle and get this wheel off. Alright, let's go about busting this wheel off. Unfortunately, Chrysler used these lug nuts with the awesome cap that falls up, so I have my in-between size snap-on flip socket. The ones that still have the cap on them is a 19.5, and the one that has the cap peeled off by now is an 18.5. So I'm gonna pull your wheel off. Alright, so next we're gonna go about getting the caliper slide pins off the back of the caliper. 14mm socket. That's one. That's two. Back one was a little stuck on there due to some excessive heat. Because this caliper got a little hot, so the previous guy didn't lube these very well, so I gotta make sure I put adequate lubrication on the caliper this time. So okay, now that you got your slide pins out, go ahead and pry this caliper off carefully. Make sure you don't gack the gasket or anything on the piston. Usually at this step, before you can get the caliper fully off, get your caliper hanging tool, hang up on the strut or something. Being mindful of where your brake hose is routed and everything else, so you're not stressing out components such as your rubber brake hose. Now, pad removal is pretty straightforward. Just go ahead and slide it out, pop it up, front and back, slide out the same. Then we go ahead and move the caliper mounting bolts off. Caliper mounting bracket. Now for the caliper mounting bracket, 18mm. And if you're in the Midwest like me, put the wrench on here, ain't gonna do it. Got put a little extra persuasion on there. Got this wrench extender. Let's see if we can break it loose. And go. And we've broken it loose. Now we're going to use a ratcheting wrench to go ahead and get the bolt the rest of the way out. I try not to break things free with a ratcheting wrench because I don't want to ruin the teeth in the ratcheting mechanism. There's one. Before I get the second off, let me give you a look at the back side here. Get a little better view of where the bolts were located. Now on the back side here, you can see mounting bolt number 1, mounting bolt number 2, your slide pins, upper and lower. 4 bolts, caliper mounting bolt comes right off. This lower bolt, since I can get an impact on it, I'm going to. And when it makes that certain metallic ting, you know it's hit the ground and it's off. As you can see here, this rotor is pulled off. Real straightforward. Alright, so reinstallation of the new rotor. Let's get out of the parts room bag there. Put it on here. Now, I always put my rotor on backwards at first, so I can spray it down with some brake clean and get all the shipping oil off the rotor. Now, you want to make sure you do this, or else you'll get a squeak in your brakes for a while, and either you'll complain or your buddy you're doing this for will complain that brakes are squeaking. Yeah, it's easier to spray it down. Put it on the right way. Spray it down, wipe it down. Shipping oil is off. Real easy. Then you can go about putting your caliper mount back on. Now before you put this caliper mount back on, go about replacing your hardware for the pads. Slides right out. If it doesn't pull right out like that, just take a pry bar, small screwdriver, piece of metal you found on the side of the road, whatever, pry them off. Alright, so what we'll do now, run a lug nut on there snugly, just to keep the rotor mounted flush to the wheel bearing. Go ahead and throw this caliper mount on here. Line it up. Find the bolt I lost 20 minutes ago. Maybe it was 15. Put it on a flat rate. It's okay. You find it, you shove it in there. And start threading it until it's nice and cross-threaded. You know, the devil's Loctite. And then go ahead and thread in your bottom bolt. Get it threaded in. And start snugging down with your ratcheting wrench. Those are all snugged up. Now I'm reusing the old hardware on this. It's gunky looking, but it's not rusted out or nothing, so it's usable. What we're gonna do, go ahead and lube up all the surfaces the pads sit on. So pads move freely. Careful not to get any on the rotor itself. Go ahead and slide the new pads in. Now we're ready to reinstall the caliper and wind back the piston. We'll go ahead and use this caliper wind back tool from OEM Tools. Go wind this caliper back real careful like. I would never recommend using an impact on this. I shouldn't be using this with cordless ratchet, but be careful about it. So, alright. Just gotta be careful you're not ruining the gasket and the piston in here, causing a brake fluid leak, and then you get to throw a new caliper on here. Unless you're being really thrifty and you want to rebuild a caliper. I don't. Lube up the slides real good. Just paint it on there. Some Mona Lisa of slide pins. Alright. Now you get your slide pins all lubricated. Go ahead and carefully put your caliper back down. Oh. Almost got the brake hose all jumbled up in there. Gotta be careful. Put your slide pin in there. You gotta watch your boot on your slide and make sure that's not damaged and it's sealing up your slide correctly, so you don't have an exposed slide that will seize up the caliper or cause a sticking issue. Then you come back here and redo it all. No fun. Let's do it right the first time. Now that we got the bolts started, we'll go ahead and snug it up with this new Craftsman V-Series extended flexed ratcheting wrench. Just picked these up yesterday, so I'm still breaking them in. Always fun when you get a new tool and you just get to break it in the next day. All tight. That's how you know you got enough lubricant on your slides. Discover your tool. Now the tool's broken in. It's a twofer. Now all you gotta do is put the wheel back on. Remove that lug nut I put on for the rotor install. Go throw the wheel on. Of course, the other thing is, remember when you push back this caliper, when you wind the caliper back, you watch your brake fluid level, because this is moving brake fluid when you do that. So make sure you got adequate brake fluid. Then all you gotta do is go ahead and put your wheel back on. And then make sure when you put the wheel back on, you put the lug nuts the proper torque spec, seen below. That's all there is to it. What you do on this side, go on and do it on the other side. Make sure you do both wheels on the same axis at the same time, or else you'll get a regular brake pull or other goofy things in a braking application that you don't want to deal with. So, hope you guys enjoy this. Like, comment, subscribe down below, and we'll see you next time on another episode of the Dohm Speed Shop.